In this video, I'm going to make Kirkland high-end store-inspired decorative storage boxes or organizers out of cardboard shoe boxes. Welcome to Momda's Life Handmade. My inspirations for today's DIY and decor are this Kirkland storage boxes, a set of 2 which comes for about 150 US dollars, and I made them for absolutely free using cardboard shoe boxes. For the boxes, I'm using these shoe boxes. These are really well structured. Some might consider these trash, but I really don't consider a shoebox a trash because they are great for organization, especially if they are made out of good quality cardboard, and the the shape is really good. It's nice and sturdy. It can be very well used for any kind of DIY and storage organization. Now I have these shoe boxes in perfect sizes, one bigger, one smaller, and the size is perfect to become the nesting boxes as in the inspiration pieces. So these fit in very well, they close very well, but let's decorate them. I can't keep them like this outside in plain sight with my stuff inside. Now one can use fake leather or real leather, or one can use handmade paper. I love handmade paper, and these are from my stash. I have one in bright yellow to ochre shade and the other one in ochre to burnt ochre shade, and they both have, if you can see on the camera, they have this golden shimmer about them, but they also have the same cane weave pattern about them. These are textured, very thick, good quality handmade paper, and these have this cane weave pattern on both of them. The same pattern is there. They both have the golden shimmer, and they both are in warm tones of yellow to orange shades. So that makes a great combination if you want to make a collection of any objects. Just a little variation of color shade, but the same texture, the same quality, and that's just perfect for a collection. So I'm going to make one box in this color and the other in this one. Starting with this darker color, I just turned it over. This is the back side, and let's start from one end. So I'm taking the smaller box and I'm marking the surfaces. I'll have to cover all the 6 surfaces of this cuboid as well as this point, so that while opening and closing it should look like one piece of the box. So I'll just place it here like this. I'll place it on one side and mark all the 4 edges and cut them with sharp scissors. I'll cut separate pieces for each surface. All 6 surfaces, even the bottom, needs to be covered. So I have all the 6 pieces cut out for all the 6 outer surfaces. These are the 2 sides, and if you can appreciate, I have written R for the right hand side and L for the left hand side. Top, front, this is back, and the bottom. I marked them here so that each piece can vary slightly, so that I don't mix up or have issues while I'm pasting it onto the surface of the box. I marked them all on the back side. Now I'm going to glue them all on these surfaces, outer surfaces, except the top one, because I have to make the attachment for closing it. So apart from the top one, I'm going to glue them on their individual respective sides. So this is the right side, and this will go here like this. My today's video is part of the Look for Less challenge hosted by Yami from the Latina Next Door. I'll put link to her channel and to the playlist in my description box. So this is the bigger box, and I covered all the 5 surfaces except for the top. Now this is the opening size of the box. I'd say about a centimeter below inside, and I measured this is about 12 inches, so at 6 inches I've marked the midpoint, and I need an attachment how to open this box. So I'm taking some golden cord, golden rope, and I'm taking about 7 inches length for each boxes, 2 such. And before I attach the top, therefore I left the top because I have to keep this attachment first. So I'm going to fix this cord here so that it serves as an attachment for closing and opening the box. So you see I have used a staple pin, as well as I'm using a glue or a paper tape to secure this cord onto this lid surface. Now it's nice and sturdy, and also the spin portion I'm also placing a tape here. This I can again go ahead and attach the same brown paper tape here later on, but for now this will do. So this closes like this. After all the sides are attached, glued onto the cardboard box, we have sometimes there might be some overhanging edges of this extra bit of paper. Just trim them, cut them flush to the surface of the box. Now this no more looks like a cardboard box anymore. It's beautiful. Let's get on to the next step. I want to give it the look as if it has been stitched around like this. Isn't this pretty on all edges? So for this, I just took a color pen and I'm going to make straight stitch line here with little gaps as if it has been stitched over. Now one can take the paper or the fake leather to the sewing machine and stitch a line in contrast thread, but I think just using a little color pen makes life a little easier for this project. Just make sure to go in the even straight line. Now once all the surfaces of the box have been stitched over, now I need to make an attachment for something to close this box. So for this I took some thread. This is a thick thread on a sturdy, strong, big needle. This needle is meant not for regular fabric, it's meant for yarn, so it's a thicker, longer and more sturdier needle than the regular sewing needle. Next I took a wooden button. You can take any button of your choice, and I'm just finding the midline and I'll stitch it here. So first I took this button and this is the top side. So I'm coming out from the bottom, leaving about 3 to 4 inches of thread behind, going back again to the back side of the button and tying a knot here. Now there are 2 more holes left. I have to make the cross, so I come out on the top again, go back to the bottom again, and now I make 3 knots. First knot, second knot and the third knot. I've put 3 knots here because this will create a gap like this. between the surface of the box and the button so that this cord can be attached. You can wind it around the button easily. So now with this thing ready, so I have one free end and the other end has got the needle. So I'm going to pull this down, straight down in a straight edge so that I know the midline, and I go about 0.2 inches on either side. If I go very close to this, it will tear apart the box or the paper. So I'm going a little away in like this. So I have my button here. I'll take the needle out. Now I'm making the other end, I'm feeding the other end of the thread hanging from the button into my needle eye. Now again a few millimeters away in the same plane. About a centimeter, there's about a centimeter or more, say about half an inch gap, and here I pull it out. Now I'll make sure that the button is lying midway in the middle of the box and tie the knots on this side here, and that secured the place with some tape. Now here I have added knots, and I'll just tape it with the same color paper, and we have the button attached on the side, and there is enough depth for the cord to go around like this, and the box is closed shut. So here are my inspiration pieces, and side by side you can see my own pieces. I have made this nesting boxes, or the boxes set of two. One box sits in the other. They make great organization pieces. They make great decorative pieces, and such a great saving because I spent nothing and made something that looks great, worth $150 from any high-end store, and these are beautiful and very much functional. So I hope you liked my today's cardboard crafts, and if you love such content doing DIY on a budget, please subscribe if you're new here. And thank you everybody for your support, and I'll see you soon with another DIY. Until then, stay positive, be creative and be happy. Thank you.